Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl, Jordan, with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. When it comes to gift giving, it's all about the wow factor. And let me tell you, nothing wows quite like jewelry. Whether it's a delicate necklace or a statement ring, jewelry makes the right statement. So if you want to knock her socks off, or anything else for that matter, skip the generic gifts and go straight for the bling. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
Harvey Perlman was there.
Yeah, Harvey's there.
Harvey sidled up to me and said, Sipple, a little out of context. So I was driving back. I called Pelini and I told him what Harvey said. He goes, Sipple, you should have told him anytime he's not near a sewer, he's out of context.
Whoa. Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Hey, it's me, your cell phone. We need to talk about something serious. I know you love me. I know you like using me wherever you are, but I feel like this isn't working out when you're driving. I know you may think that it's possible to focus both on me and the road, but I just don't feel the same way. I think we should spend time away from each other when you're driving. It's for the best.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Welcome in to the Get Your Happy On Hour, featuring former Husker receiver Ricky Simmons.
Hey, welcome to the show. I'm your host, Ricky C. Simmons. This is 93.7 The Ticket. You know, I was really thinking about something tonight because I got a special guest for y'all. But before we get to my guest, I got to give a big shout out to Matt Warner, Empire Fencing. Man, I appreciate all the love and support that you guys continue to give me. And happy Memorial Day weekend. I hope everybody's staying safe because usually this is when things happen during those holiday weekends. People are a little festive. So you guys be safe out there. You know, tonight's show is going to be very interesting because it's basically about second chances, you know, accountability when you get that second chance and just the things you have to do to maintain the opportunity to have a second chance. I choose to call it PMA, positive mental attitude. That's basically treating people the way you want to be treated. But the key to that is you can't always expect in return because then that way you get your feelings hurt because if you're nice to someone and then all of a sudden they're not nice back, you can feel some kind of way about that.
That's right.
So I always do my best to just treat people the way I want to be treated. And if they do it in return, that's a good thing. But if not, you know, it'll be okay. It's not worth overreacting about. When I say second chances, let me throw myself under the bus first. I got a second chance. And for those of you who don't know, oh yeah, I'm a genius. I'm the smartest person on the planet. I'm so smart, I figured out how to go from the NFL to prison 4 times. But I finally got a second chance, and I'm making the best of it. And if God blesses me to see June 4th, I will celebrate 15 years clean and sober. So I definitely understand the value of a second chance, which brings me to my guest. Earvin Brown, man, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Well, Irv, I'm honored, man, that you were willing to come down because I know you're a busy man as well. But Irv, you know, when I say second chances, man, I know you can relate to that, and we'll get to that in a little bit. But, you know, I just want to educate everybody on exactly who Earvin Brown is because I know, but I need them to know. So we're going to start off with the easiest question I can ask you is, where are you from, man?
All right. So again, thank you for having me here tonight. Born and raised in the Carolinas. Was born.
Hey, don't hold that against him, Husker fan.
I was born in Columbia, South Carolina, raised in the great state of North Carolina, Winston-Salem, North Carolina, to be specific.
What?
Grew up there all my life. Yes, sir.
Well, I was seeing you representing North Carolina, so I figured I had to ask that question because I wanted to know, wait a minute, man, you're in the wrong neck of the woods to be wearing Carolina gear.
Yes, sir. I'm all things Carolina. Yes, sir. If they had a ping pong team, I'm supporting.
That's all right. That's all right. Now, Irv, growing up in Carolina, man, you said Winston-Salem, is that?
Winston-Salem, North Carolina. You know, if you're familiar with Wake Forest University, that's there. Winston-Salem State University, that's there. So that's home. The triad, the triangle. Winston-Salem, Greensboro, High Point, triad.
Okay, yeah. Okay. So you went to high school in this?
Norfolk Senior High School. Shout out to Norfolk Senior High.
Okay. I see North Carolina getting some love.
Come on.
I ain't mad at you. Now, Irv, after high school, what was your next move?
See, I grew up in that environment where I'm a genius too.
Oh, yeah. You got a genius in you.
Yeah, we got a couple of geniuses in here. Just didn't focus, didn't pay attention to do what I need to do from the school aspect of going to college or doing something like that. So I joined the military out of high school, joined the United States Marine Corps.
Oh, okay.
Right out of high school.
Okay. Now, this Marine Corps, that's a tough ticket, man. I mean, I done seen enough movies. I never did military, but I've seen enough movies to know that Marines, them dudes there, man, they don't play.
We don't play. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I think they kicked every Marine I know out of high school because they wouldn't go to recess. They don't play.
We don't play. Yes, sir. We don't play.
How long is military, the Marines? How long was that?
Spent 17 years in the United States Marine Corps.
Wow.
Love the Marine Corps. Love what the military aspect of life had to offer me.
Okay.
Just an opportunity to get grounded, get my life in order, opportunity to travel, do some things. And obviously, you know, the military is there for a reason, to support and defend. So,
right,
you know,
right.
That the knowledge of knowing that, you know, going to a hostile environment presents itself. So, you know, that aspect of it was there too, but great place.
17 years.
Yes, sir. 17.
Wow. Man, I didn't know that. I know a few things, but I didn't know you did. You know, that, man, big shout out for 17 years in the military. I mean, that's impressive.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, listen, I'm going to say this here now. When you got out of the military, what was your next move, man?
Well, here we go about second chance opportunities. Here I am, opportunity to come here to Nebraska.
Okay.
I was the assistant Marine officer instructor, training midshipmen to become officers in the Marine Corps. Made some poor choices and decisions during my time. Ended up being discharged from the Marine Corps, and life took a turn.
Gotcha.
Life took a turn for me. So when you talk about second chance opportunities, life took a turn, and now after the Marine Corps, Millard Lumber, a guy named Chuck Leininger, gave me an opportunity to come and work for him and show me love, and
Well, you know, that's where I met you.
Yes, sir.
At Millard Lumber, because I was actually, you guys had a program that y'all would take people from the work release program.
Yes, sir.
You know, and I was one of those people.
Yeah.
And I came out and worked at Millard Lumber. I'd be honest with you, man. I had know nothing about no nail guns and measuring nothing. But when I got there, you was like supervisor.
Yes, sir.
So I'm like, man, and everything you was showing us how to do, you made it look easy, but when you walked away, it wasn't that easy.
Yes, sir.
So, I mean, I'm thankful for that opportunity, but wow, man, that's impressive too. I mean, Irv, you've done some things, whether you made mistakes or not. I think everyone makes mistakes. Some people are fortunate enough not to get caught.
Right.
I'm one of those that got caught.
Right.
You know, but I understand that, you know, when you make a mistake, and in my case, you get caught, I still think that you deserve a second chance.
Yes.
You know, and I'm always advocating for people to get a second chance. And if you don't take advantage of it, then that's on that person.
Yes.
But looks to me like you took full advantage of your second chance.
And I state that, right? I talk to people about everybody doesn't get a second chance to make a first impression.
Right.
But when you get an opportunity, we got two choices. We can take advantage of it, or we can take advantage of it.
Yeah.
And there's a difference.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We can take advantage of it and move up, right? So I started on the bottom at Millard Lumber, no question.
Yeah.
Same as you say.
Yeah.
Right? I never used a nail gun before. Learn how to read a tape measure and do all those things. Somebody took me under their wing and they showed me. Right. The Marine Corps gave me the confidence to be a leader and do what needs to be done. Chuck Leiner gave me a second chance, gave me another opportunity to get out there and to do some things. I took advantage of that opportunity that presented itself to move up and do what I did.
Now, how long did you stay at Millard Lumber?
Wow. 15 years.
Wow.
I worked for Millard Lumber for 15 years.
Well, see, that right there says a lot, too. I mean, because I've only asked you about a couple of things, and you got multiple years in the military. You got multiple years at Millard Lumber. You're not I'm going to do it for a day or two type person. When you do something, you do it.
Right.
And I think, to me, I think that deserves credit, you know. And so, again, huge congrats. Millard Lumber was a place that gave you an opportunity, and you ran with it.
Yes, sir.
And I want to say publicly that I'm proud of you, because a lot of people don't run with those opportunities, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, you keep doing your thing. Now, you left Millard Lumber, is that correct?
I left Millard Lumber to go to a place that I work now, Christensen Lumber, doing the same thing on a different scale, different level.
Now, where is this place at?
It's in Fremont, Nebraska.
Fremont, Nebraska. Big shout out to Fremont, Nebraska.
Shout out. Christensen Lumber, Fremont, Nebraska.
So now, going out there, was it much different from Millard Lumber?
Just the commute, the work environment. We do the same exact thing. Basically, build prefab houses, not modular home, but houses. So we build all the interior, exterior, same thing we did at Millard.
Right.
Floor trusses, roof trusses. So we put it in a package. We send it out to the job site. Somebody else puts it together. So we do all the rough carpentry in the plant.
Oh, okay. Now, how long have you been with them?
This is going on year number 9.
Boy,
I don't mess around.
Hey, I hope y'all are listening. This young man here, he go get it and come back with it everywhere he go.
Everywhere.
I respect that, man. Now, being out there and making that commute, is that something that you do comfortably, or is that?
It's an adjustment, right? I had to get adjusted to that. It's exactly 1 hour from my driveway to when I pull into the parking lot at work. It's a 1 hour commute. But as you speak about getting your happy on, as you speak about getting into a mindset, that affords me the opportunity to listen to some positive word on the radio. That affords me the opportunity just to be quiet and be with my thoughts while I'm driving to work. And then allows me to decompress on my way home.
Gotcha.
You know, all the negative from work, I can leave that at work and get my happy on.
There you go.
Home.
Hey,
you know
I'm going to tell you something, man. That getting your happy on, I think a lot of people take that for granted. I mean, this world we live in, man, it is full of stress.
Yeah.
You know, and I think, my personal opinion, I think a lot of it's by design, but that don't mean I got to co-sign it.
Right.
You know, and I got this theory in my head where if I don't feed it, it can't grow.
Come on.
And that's just the way I look at it. I'm not saying that works for everybody, but accountability is a huge part of my deal too. And I know it's a part of your deal because you can't stay places as long as you stayed without accountability.
Yeah.
I mean, you've been accountable to the Marines, to Millard Lumber, and now where you're at. I mean, accountability, man. I think people, they don't give accountability enough credit. I think accountability makes your life a lot simpler because you can plan things.
Yeah.
And you know what you need to do.
Yeah.
So apparently that hour commute is a perfect opportunity for you to do what you need to do, whether you're on your way or on your way home. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. Well, I'll say this, man. You know, Irv, you do a whole bunch of other things too besides work.
Yeah.
And I would like for you to share some of the things that you do, especially if I remember, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you do some stuff like prison ministry.
Yes, I do. Yes,
okay,
I do.
Could you tell us about that?
So back to, the Marine Corps, the average cats do 20 years and they retire. Again, choices and decisions put me in a position where I had to get out early. So I didn't get that.
Okay.
Got caught up in the system. And it was there that prison ministry came to fruition. There was a guy or two guys, Byron Anderson and Frank Miley. I remember them coming in and sharing the good news, the gospel. And I said to myself, if they can give of their time to come in and do this for me and how it makes me feel, if the opportunity presented itself, I want to go and do the same thing for somebody else.
Okay.
And let my life be an example that, you can have a roadblock in life. And you got two choices. Either you can let that roadblock stop you, or you can find a way around that roadblock and continue to move forward. And that's the message that I want to get out to folks is, hey, don't use that as an excuse to stop. Go around that. Either go through it or go around it, but continue to press forward. So I've been doing prison ministry for over 20 years now.
Wow. There you go again. I told you, accountability is not your issue. Man, 20 years you've been going in.
About 20 years now.
Wow.
Going in, sharing. And as you mentioned, one of the things that I had, which was a beautiful thing, working at Millard Lumber, we were picking up men from the Work Release Center, or we were allowing men from the Work Release Center to come out and work. And what that afforded was an opportunity to do some one-on-one, right? To talk to guys one-on-one in a different setting and talk about life, because life comes at us every day.
Yes.
We can't avoid that.
Yes.
But what do we do when life comes at us? How do we handle that? And that's the thing that I wanted to get with me in one-on-one and talk about, because what my goal is ultimately to be used by God. But if I can do my part to help reduce recidivism,
yes,
that's what I want to do. I want to keep you out of there. I want to see you do better in life, make better choices and decisions, knowing those obstacles are going to be there.
Oh yeah. Well, I think the thing that impressed me about that is a lot of people, and this is from my personal experience of being locked up, people tend to do real well with some structure in their life. And the minute parole or you do your time and you get your freedom back, it's like amnesia just sets in.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the nicest way I can say that.
Yes.
And you go back to doing the very things that got you locked up to start with. So the fact that you are taking time to give back and go into these prisons and do this, man, another one of the things I have to say, thank you. And, keep doing that, man, because we need it.
Yeah.
And recidivism, man, is, I don't know. I have my personal feelings when it comes to recidivism. I look at the prison industry myself as a business. That's the way it looks to me, because a lot of times, man, when you get out and you go right back, it's the way that they treat you that makes me feel like it's a business.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I mean, there's no, and I'm not asking for sympathy. I'm not asking for empathy either. I'm asking, like for just some general concern. Instead of saying, man, what happened? It's like, I knew you'd be back.
Well, if we're honest, right, the system is set up for failure, right? Because in many here, they've taken out programs that's really rehabilitating.
Right.
You got to rehabilitate yourself. You got to do that. So guy walks out. What is he walking out to? What is he walking out with?
Yeah.
Right. And the thing that he knows
is what got him in there.
Is what got him in there.
Right.
And he's comfortable with that. And the sad reality is they spend time talking about the very thing they did and said, oh, I can do it better next time. Oh, no, you can't.
No.
You can't.
Yeah, well, that's where that amnesia kicks in.
Yes, sir.
And I see it all the time. I really want to see people be successful, but you have to also want to be successful. And that's where a lot of people fall short. But hey, look, we got a whole lot more to talk about. I'm going to take a quick break here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's to Get You Happy on Hour. Don't y'all go nowhere. We'll be right back with Earvin Brown.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them? By their clothes, their age, the way they speak? Would you notice a 16-year-old boy who got his first job,
not for extra spending money, but to help feed his little sisters?
or a mother who's in between jobs and sometimes goes to bed hungry so her kids can have dinner? Or a 14-year-old girl who signs up to every after-school activity, not to make friends, but just to get something to eat? Or a retiree who fell ill and had to choose
between getting medicine or groceries.
I am the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger. People you pass by every day but never knew were hungry. I am hunger in America.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America, 200 Food Banks Strong, and the Ad Council.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Old School with DP and J.
Very small percentage of players, coaches, administrators thinking like, I'm planting my flag here. Nick Saban's run probably won't happen. It takes a very unique person and personality to be comfortable where you are, be strong enough to push to get what you need, and then also be very strong enough in a player's standpoint to advocate for yourself at the right time.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
This is Coach Bill Bush. You all know my passion for Nebraska. Having coached all over the country, I can honestly say there is no place like Nebraska. You know where there's also no place like? Midwest Bank. Midwest Bank has proudly served Nebraska for over 70 years, and they're located in 9 different communities. Midwest Bank is ready, willing, and able to meet all your personal, business, and agriculture needs. Your community, your bank, and mine, Midwest Bank. Find out more at Midwest Bank. Member FDIC.
Load up on meat and more this spring at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's specials through May 28th is the Mystery Box promotion, a $225 value for only $99. That includes 3 8-ounce fillets, 2 4-ounce fillets, 4 New York strips, and 4 8-ounce sirloins. Also, $2 off all Bear and Burton sauces. Locations at 84th and Havelock and 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 a.m, my phone rang. They said, I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action. Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full-time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Soulful Casino in Havelock is a family-owned business, providing incredible food and service that'll have you craving more with every bite. Soulful Casino offers everything from pulled pork to fried chicken, catfish, ribs, and even quesadillas. You want sides? They've got them. From fries, green beans and baked beans, to collard greens, potato salad, and sweet dill corn. Stop by for lunch as they have specials Tuesday through Friday from 11 to 2 p.m. That's Soulful Casino, located in Havelock, where every bite you take fills the soul.
Back to the Get Your Happy On Hour, featuring former Husker receiver Ricky Simmons.
Hey, we back. Man, Ben, you with me, Ben?
I'm awake.
You awake over there? Okay, well, let me hear you, man. I know we got to have somebody that made a comment or something.
Oh, yeah, we had a few comments. Carla said she's listening from Sweden.
What? Homegirl, I see you. I appreciate you, Carla. You know I appreciate you. Keep doing big things. Who else you got over there?
And then Theoa said hello.
Theoa, you down in Arizona. I'm telling you, you ain't back in Nebraska yet. We working on you, but hey, I respect the fact that you're doing what you got to do, and I want you to have safe travels when you go to California.
That was it.
Thank you very much. Well, hey, I appreciate all the people that are listening. It means a lot to me because I'm one of those guys. I'll say this every week, so you'll get used to hearing this because it's the truth. But I take nothing for granted. I appreciate, you can be doing a lot of other things other than listening to the show, and the fact that you're listening, it encourages me to keep doing the show. So thank you. Now, Irv, I got to get back to you, man. You've been doing this prison ministry, and that's a very important thing. But you also do other things, right? When it comes to the ministry.
Yes. Currently, I am a pastor, Praise Temple Church of the Living God, 1101 North 56th Street.
All right.
Here in Lincoln, Nebraska. Bishop Gary K. Lockett is the senior pastor there. So again, that opportunity presented itself through the prison ministry and doing that, connected with Praise Temple Church almost 10 years ago.
Wow.
And that's been a blessing. What an extension of that is now we pick up men and women from the Work Release Center, bring them to church, have an opportunity to fellowship with them at church, have an opportunity to help them transition back into society. At the end of the day, man, trying to get my happy on, doing what God has called me to do.
Right,
Man. At the end of the day, that's what I'm trying to do.
Well, I think you're well on your way. Because be real honest with you, when people are incarcerated, most of the time, not always, but a lot of the times, they burn all the bridges. Nobody wants to have anything to do with them, and no one believes in them. So what you're doing is very helpful, whether they'll admit it to you or not. A lot of people are really benefiting from your ministry. And you go in there, picking people up, bringing them to church. I mean, that's not something that everybody does.
Yeah.
No, there's not a line of people lining up to do that job.
Right.
So I'm just, like I said, I'm real big on giving credit where credit's due, man. I just think that this world is lacking in a lot of areas. I'm not trying to pretend that I am a pastor, but I am a believer.
All right now.
So that's, I think that's my lane.
Okay. We got a lane.
Yeah, I got a lane.
Stay in your lane.
Yeah, I believe because a lot of the stuff that I have been able to survive, I know Ricky didn't do it.
Right.
And I'm not under no illusion that I'm doing this right up to this clean and sober stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said earlier, a week from this coming Tuesday, I think it's June 4th, I'll have 15 years clean and sober. I can very easily remember when I couldn't get 15 minutes.
Come on, man.
So I get it, and that's part of why I'm a believer as well, because being a genius and being able to get a handle on it, that wasn't me.
Right.
I ain't under them kind of illusions. I mean, I ain't that smart. I figured out a long time ago that some of my best decisions got me where I was.
Mm.
But also with people like yourself reaching out, it also encouraged me to try.
Yeah.
So I'm asking you to keep trying, because just like I got helped, I'm sure there are a lot of people that are currently incarcerated that are going to get a chance. And I'll be honest with you, I agree with the fact that it's called the Department of Corrections.
Right.
But sometimes I wonder, what exactly are you trying to correct?
Right.
So
when you spoke about your lane, right? We all have a call on our life. We all have a purpose. Your lane and my lane, two different lanes.
Correct.
God called you to do what you're doing in your lane.
Right.
And the impact that you're having on people. And that's, at the end of the day, we want to have a positive impact on somebody else. We want to change somebody's life in a positive way. As you often say, get you happy on.
Right.
That's a positive way.
Right.
He's called me to do this in a different platform, in a different manner. All your life experiences, professional football, drug addiction, professional speaker, has put you in a position to do what you're doing now. All my life experiences put me in a position to do what I do now, to give back, to show love. When you say get you happy on, you genuinely want folks to be happy.
Correct.
I genuinely want folks to make good choices and decisions and move in the right way, right? Because society, in many ways, have turned their backs on the men and women that are incarcerated, right?
Absolutely.
And the system is set up, and I don't say this negatively because there's success stories that come out, but the system is set up for failure, for you to come back.
Right.
We're building more prisons. We can't staff the prisons that we have. You got to want this thing. As you said, you believe.
Right.
What are you believing in? And most importantly, you got to believe in you. You got to believe in yourself. You got to believe that you can do this. And if I'm the catalyst, if I'm the person that's patting you on the back and giving you that extra push you need, that's what I want to do. I want to push you to be better and do better.
Well, I'll tell you what, you're doing that. And I'm thankful that you took time to come be on the show, because I like to address issues that are very much in need of being addressed. And when I say that, I mean that, like, I know a lot of people will say, well, man, if they hadn't did the crime, they wouldn't have to do the time. I get that. But see, what I also get is this. Everybody that does crimes don't get caught.
Come on.
So see, I'm aware of that.
Right.
That's not a debate. That's something that I've seen.
Right.
So if you're fortunate enough not to get caught, good for you. But I think the people that do get caught, all of them aren't bad people.
Right.
They made a bad choice.
Right.
And that's why I really, really want to see people do well. And to get you happy on that's for everybody.
Yeah.
I just don't personally see, maybe I'm at a disadvantage because I don't watch television, first of all. I really don't. I don't have nothing against television. I just don't get nothing from it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't watch TV. I'll watch a movie every now and then because I know that's entertainment.
Right.
But as far as just sitting up watching TV all day, that ain't who I am. And I'm not knocking anyone that does.
Right.
I just don't, because I'm focused on trying to figure out a way to get into another avenue of helping people.
Right.
And I always have to clarify to people when I go out and do public speaking, I have to clarify that I am a speaker, not a pastor.
they have a lot of similarities.
Yeah, they do. But like I say, I have to be honest with people because I don't want to give the wrong impression.
Right.
That I'm a pastor, because I'm not a pastor. I'm a believer. But when I say I'm a speaker, not a pastor, let me clarify that for those that didn't understand what I meant. I have 4 presentation styles when I speak. I have a G rated.
All right now.
I have a PG rated. I have an R rated, and I have an X rated.
Uh-oh.
And those, because I have to go where I have to go to reach my audience.
Right.
When you speak in church, naturally you get the G rated version.
Right.
But when you go into like a middle school or high school, you'll get a PG. Well, if you go into a treatment center, you get an R. Well, you go into the prison, you get an X.
Mm-hmm.
I have to reach my audience
right.
where they are.
Right.
In order to try and help educate them on the path that I think is more productive for them.
Yeah.
And that's why I always try to clarify that.
And I'm with you. You got to know your audience.
Right.
Because the message that I spoke today at church, I spoke a similar message to NSP, different take because of where they are,
right?
What they're experiencing, and that transition from that environment to what's happening out here in the real world. So you have to know your audience.
Right.
But all of my messages are PG though. Yeah, I have to keep them all PG.
Well, see, you're a pastor, so I respect that. But some of them, sometimes, they call for people like myself.
There you go.
Because, and let's be honest about this. There are some inmates, for example, and I've seen this over the 14 plus years I've been going into prison speaking all around the country. There are some inmates that are mad at the world,
mm-hmm.
don't really want to believe in nothing because they haven't had nothing to believe in. And instead of listening to your message, they sit up and try to figure out a way to discredit you.
Right.
So if you go in there, like in my case, I can't speak for anyone else, but in my case, if I go into the prison system with a G-rated version,
it's not going to work.
I don't get the response that I need to get.
Right.
Right. So I have to go to their level.
Right.
So I can make sure my message is received.
Yeah.
And so far, everything has been really, really well received.
There you go.
And that's encouraging for me.
Yeah.
I'm actually in the process now trying to reach out to the prison system to see if we can set up something where I can work with inmates that are 6 months or less before they're released. Because a lot of times when you get out and all you got is the money that they gave you,
yeah,
and you don't have nothing else to go on, and you haven't really utilized your time in a productive manner, when that little money runs out, desperation will set in.
Yes, sir.
So I'm gonna reach out to some people to see if I can make that happen, because I just think like what you're doing, I think it needs to be done. And also for those that don't see church or religion as a way out,
right?
They still need somebody to somebody to at least reach out to them.
Yeah.
And I think that's my lane.
Yeah, that's your lane.
Yeah, that's my
lane. And the beautiful thing about that is that we can work together.
Oh, absolutely.
On that, in that arena, because we both have the same ultimate vision, is to see people do better.
Correct.
That's the vision. We can come from different directions.
Yes.
But the ultimate goal is to see folks do better. At the end of the day, I got to go back to love, right?
Right.
Love your neighbor as yourself. I don't know anybody love Ricky more than Ricky love Ricky.
Oh man, Ricky loves some Ricky.
Right? So you got to love you before you can love me. And I think that's what we transition into this, is we got to show people love, regardless of where our backgrounds come from, regardless of our skin color. We just got to show love. And I think when you spoke about that, the world right now.
Yes.
Right. It's a cliche. What the world needs is love. Yeah. That's real talk.
Oh, it is.
We need to love up on each other.
Right.
We got to stop looking at our differences and let's focus on what we have in common.
Correct.
And then we can move together.
Yes.
In this thing. But we get blindsided.
I think a lot of it, in my personal opinion, is low self-esteem. I think plays a big part in it. Because when you don't love yourself, it's hard for you to show love towards anyone else.
Right.
So I always encourage people, and I use a lot of humor when I speak, because I think messages are better received with humor. Yes. That's just me personally. And one of the things I always state, and I say it over and over in all my speeches as well, is I suffer from a disease. And this disease is called high self-esteem. I love me some me.
Come on.
I think that's important. That's not being arrogant. That's being confident. There's a difference.
There's a difference.
I mean, if you love yourself, then it's a lot easier for it to be receptive to help.
Yeah.
Because you believe you're worth it.
Yeah.
And sometimes people don't feel like they're worth it because of a bad decision they may have made.
Yeah.
That put them in a situation or a place they don't want to be.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say this to you, Irv. I want you to continue doing what you're doing because I'm going to keep doing what I do.
All right.
And I agree. I think we can eventually at some point work together to try and reach as many people as possible, man, because I think what we're doing is needed.
Yeah.
So you got to keep doing what you're doing, man. Right. If you don't, I'm going to be on you.
Come on.
I'm going to be on you, man.
Be on me.
Yeah, because I know where your head is, and I love the accountability part.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hold me accountable.
Yeah, accountable. Well, we hold each other accountable. I was telling you before the show, one of the things I do every morning is I drink coffee out of a prison mug.
Yeah.
Well, I've been out of prison 15 years.
Come on.
You know, why am I still drinking out of a prison mug? Because it's accountability.
Yes, sir.
Every time I drink coffee out of that mug, I realize where I got that mug from, and I see it's still working just fine, so I don't really need to go back and get another.
You don't need to go back and get another. Come on now.
It's working just fine. But actually, like I said, I use a lot of humor because I like to be happy. I like to laugh, and I want to encourage everybody to be happy and laugh as much as possible because there's not a lot of happiness being promoted.
Yeah.
That's just what I see.
Yeah.
And if you see anything different, then you need to let me know because maybe I need to start watching TV or something, but I don't see it. Hey, look, we're going to take another break. We'll be back on 93.7 The Tickets to Get You Happy on Hour. We'll be right back.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it twice a day.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it in the morning and before dinner.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it, and share it with my doctor. Nearly 1 in 2 U.S. adults have high blood pressure. That's why it's important to self-monitor your blood pressure in 4 easy-to-remember steps. It starts with a monitor.
Now that I know my blood pressure numbers, I talked with my doctor. We're getting those numbers down.
Get it, slip it, cuff it, check it. Talk to doctor now and share it.
Be next to talk to your doctor about your blood pressure numbers. Get down with your blood pressure. Self-monitoring is power. Learn more at manageyourbp.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the American Heart Association, and the American Medical Association. In partnership with the Office of Minority Health and Health Resources and Services Administration.
School tells you all about the 4 seasons: spring, summer, and so on. And then there's a way we really tell what time of year it is. Sports seasons, football season, baseball season, or even off season. Well, what's the chocolate season? Well, it's now, of course. And now, and always. Whether you're looking for a caffeinated pick-me-up on the way to work, a little snack on the way home, or you need the perfect gift that's sure to be appreciated, it's time for the chocolate season, y'all. 40th and Old Cheney, or order ahead at thechocolateseason.com. See you there.
The Mill Coffee and Tea, formerly with only 4 Lincoln locations. Guess what?
What?
There's 5 Lincoln locations now. Oh my gosh. That's 25% more Lincoln locations than there used to be. Can you even imagine a world where there's only 4 Lincoln Mill locations? Feels like ages ago. We were all so young then. The Mill on 11th, located right alongside 93.7 The Ticket Studios, 1040 O Street.
For over 15 years, Integrated Life Choices has empowered individuals with disabilities in Lincoln and throughout Nebraska. They provide comprehensive services from group homes and independent living services to job training, ensuring fulfilling lives for those that they serve. Now, they're inviting you to join their mission. If you're passionate about making a difference in the lives of people with developmental disabilities, explore rewarding career opportunities with them. Learn more about their services and apply today at www.ilc.net. Be a part of Integrated Life Choices, where your work truly changes lives.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
1 in 3 adults has prediabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your football buddy, your football buddy, or you, your best man, your worst man, you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. That's doihaveprediabetes.org.
Wait, did they just say 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes? That's 33.33333% of adults. That means it could be me, my boss, or my boss's boss, or me, my favorite sister, or my other sister. That's 7 members of my 21-person romantic book club. Wait, the 1 in 3 could be me, my karaoke partner Carol, or my karaoke enemy Jeff. I'm going to take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Whether you like fishing together or fishing to get away, for the thrill of reeling in a big one, or just going out to have a good time, on the banks of your local pond, at a bend in a river, or on one of our many lakes and reservoirs, you'll always find the perfect place to cast a line. Here, beneath Nebraska skies. Start planning your next fishing adventure today at letsfishnebraska.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Back to the Get Your Happy On Hour, featuring former Husker receiver Ricky Simmons.
Hey, we back. Hey, Ben, we got anybody else comment, man?
Oh, yeah, we had a few other comments.
Okay, let me hear what you got.
Brett said, "Happy Sunday, big bruh. Keep doing big things, and thanks for setting the example."
Oh, man, appreciate that.
And he added 2 exclamation points to the end of that sentence.
All right.
He must be like double excited.
There you go. That's my little brother.
Then Kim Kelly said, "By God's will, it shall be done. Keep doing what you're doing, fellas."
All right.
Appreciate that love, Kim Kelly. I see you doing big things. I ain't hating. I'm congratulating.
There you go. I like that.
And then odiously said, "I see you doing your thing, though, bro."
What's up, big bro? Man, you keep cooking all that food over there, man. You know I know where you live, man. So you keep doing that. I'm going to be over there.
And then David Fricky said, "Have a great Memorial weekend."
Same to you, young man. I appreciate the love and be safe out there. Well, listen, y'all, I want to again say thank you for all the, for all the people that are tuned in. Also, I got to say something. Wait a minute, what is it? You got some shout out.
If I can give a shout out.
Yeah, let's get
all right.
shout out.
Just a few shout outs. I want to give a shout out to my grandbaby. Earvin Brown just turned 13 today.
Big
want to give
shout out.
a shout out to my family, my good thing, Jackie. I also want to give a shout out to my PTC family, my Praise Temple family.
There you
go. Just everybody that knows me, because I can't shout out everybody.
That's all
but
good.
if you know me, just want to give you a shout out. Peace.
Man, look at here. Big shout out to everybody that tuned in. I appreciate it. I got to give a shout out to Ben. Ben makes me look good. And that's
Thank you.
And that's a full-time job, by the way, because I'm very unique. And Ben makes me look good. So I got to show love there. Also, I want to give a big shout out to everybody that just tunes in, man. every Sunday you guys inspire me to continue doing this show, because all I want to do is make people think and laugh and be positive. And I just feel like that's something that our society needs more of. So I just want to be the first to say happy Memorial Day weekend. Please continue to be safe and make sure that you make good choices, because they got these people that ride around town. They got lights on top of their cars. And when they turn them lights on and pull you over, sometimes they put you in uncomfortable places. So just be conscious of that, And again, I got to thank my guests, man. Earvin, man, I really appreciate you for taking time to come.
Man, thank you for having me.
Man, I mean, to me, I think the show was something that was needed, especially on this holiday weekend, because, like if there's any inmates out there that's listening,
yeah,
I want y'all to know, man, that we got love for you. We believe in you. And that's why we do what we do.
Yes.
So, I mean, I don't think Irv would come in there to do ministry just because he ain't got nothing else to do. He sounds like a pretty busy man.
Come on, man.
And he's still finding time to do that. And I'm going to do a better job of getting into more of these prisons to share my message as well. So just know, man, you're not forgotten. I know sometimes it seems that way. I've been there and I've done that, so I understand. But I just believe in you, man. Someone believed in me and it helped.
Come on.
Yeah. And that someone's name is Tom Osborne.
Come on.
Believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. And still to this day, he's backing everything I do. So I'm very appreciative of that. So a big shout out to Coach Tom Osborne. Ben, how much time we got left?
We got like 2 minutes.
2 minutes? Well, I'm gonna take this right here to ask my last question. Man, with all the stuff you got going on, Earvin, how you get your happy on?
Man, I get my happy on, man, by hanging out with my family.
There you go.
Man.
There you go.
Yeah, them grandbabies keep us going with soccer. Got a grandbaby doing gymnastics. Got a grandbaby doing dance. But anytime I have an opportunity to hang out with my family, man, I'm getting my happy on.
Man, that's all right. You know what? Again, everybody, I want to thank y'all. But I wrap up every show the same way every week. And I ain't going to change now. So let's do this. Every day you blessed to see. It truly is another day in paradise. And no matter what, you got to get your happy on. Thank y'all for tuning in. We'll see you next Sunday night.
Load up on meat and more this spring at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's specials through May 28th is the Mystery Box promotion, a $225 value for only $99. That includes 3 8-ounce fillets, 2 4-ounce fillets, 4 New York strips, and 4 8-ounce sirloins. Also, $2 off all Bear and Burton sauces. Locations at 84th and Havelock and 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
I think it's just vapor. Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
One vape pod has as much nicotine as 1 pack of cigarettes.
My kid?
My kid knows it's dangerous.